We're supposed to have all these little things here for the kids to see. We measure stuff. How do we measure things? What is this for measuring? And what is this for measuring? And these little ones, we measure things. And a thermometer, electric thermometer, and this. And of course, we would start out with measuring little things, and then bigger things, and little things, and bigger things. But how do we measure the love of Christ? The passage buried within today's reading is John 3:16. And I hope the kids eventually remember this one. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever should believe in him will not be condemned, but already not be condemned, but he came to save the world. How big? How do you measure that? I was going to ask the kids, how do you measure love? And I was looking forward to some of their answers, because usually they're sweet and simple. And I remember the other measuring device that we used to do with the kids when they were real small. And I'm sure the little kids wouldn't remember it. And as a matter of fact, older kids, and it'd only be parents and maybe adults or grandparents that would remember. So big. How big are you? So big. You'd sit there on their lap, and the kids would hold their hands, and so big. How big is Ernie? So big. How big is Daddy? So big. And they get to the point where they can raise their hands by themselves. One person was saying that as an adult, they would still say to the kids, how big is so-and-so? And the kid would go, so big. But it made a dent. So how can we measure God's love? All we can remember throughout our whole lives, it's so big. So big. With a nail on there. In case you forget, the hands were put out full. And that's the children's time. Let's see what we got here. Time